Howdy, y'all, and have I got a story to tell you. It's a tale of passion, love, friendship, and triumph over adversity. Now we're going to transport you back to New York in the early 1980s. Okay, it's Scunthorpe, really, but hey, not all of us are welcome in the United States anymore, criminal records being what they are. You may have to use your imagination a little here and there, like the fact that's clearly a 2019 Nissan Leaf driving on the wrong side of the road past a fish and chip shop. But people, it's called a suspension of disbelief. Nobody questions Stanley Kubrick using London Docklands as war-torn Vietnam in Full Metal Jacket, and I didn't hear no one complain about Milton Keynes being used to represent downtown America in Superman 4 Quest for Peace. That said, did anyone even watch that piece of shit? Did you know their special effects budget was a tiny fraction of the original movie from 10 years earlier? No wonder why it looked cheaper than a hobo's ass during a cold snap. I digress. I'm going to leave you now in the hands of Billy Ray. He's a welder by day, but by night, he's one hell of a dancer. But I just don't understand why this has to be such a problem for you. Why can't you be happy for me that I found something I'm really good at that makes me happy? You're too old to still be trying to become a professional dancer, Billy Ray. You're 45, and everyone else in these dancing contests is in their 20s, or even teens. You're making a fool of yourself. And I was hoping we'd have kids by now. We've only been together a year and a half. Ain't that a little quick to already have kids? And kids, plural? I'd literally have to impregnate you on our first date, then again on the actual date you give birth to our firstborn. Or were you just assuming I'd give you twins? Either way, I think you're expecting a little much. Well, Steve would have given me kids by now. You know what? For the first time in a long time, I ain't gonna argue with you there. Steve would have knocked you up good and proper on the first date. But then, you'd have been stuck with a man who gets arrested weekly and picks his feet with a fork. At least Steve's a real man who does manly things. Again, not gonna argue with you. If I'm not mistaken, he did actually make his girlfriend pregnant the same day she gave birth. Either that, or he has special time-release sperm that forms an orderly queue in the cervix. Yeah, well, at least his sperm works. You've never made me pregnant. I weren't trying to. Why'd you think I wear a condom? A real man would still be able to impregnate me even with a condom. Yeah, but that might just defeat the whole object of wearing the condom. Steve would still be able to make me pregnant through a condom. You know, your devotion to your brother Steve is admirable, if a little icky. Fuck you! Well, hey, that's a kind offer, but I'll be afraid your brother might beat me to it. He's a real man. I'm off to work now. A manly job, funnily enough, welding cars. Yeah, but after that, you're gonna practice dancing about the place like a little pansy twinkle toes. You know what? I don't think I want to be in this relationship no more. But I love you! And I love to dance. I'm sorry. We're a very bad match. Well, go on then. Flutter off, you little fairy. You should try calling your brother Steve. He may even have an afternoon slot available for you. He's such a man, he'll have you giving birth before the end credits of Dallas. Yeah, you just keep on walking, you tinkerbell fuck. 1 hour later, at the garage. That's it for me, Tony. I tell you, from now on, I'm concentrating on the dancing, and I'm taking a sabbatical from women. Well, I'm glad you're taking something from women, because you normally only give and get very little in return. Yeah, I don't think you quite understand what a sabbatical is. Me, on the other hand, I fucking love to give to women. Fucking love that shit. But that's a different kind of giving. Yeah, I'm aware what you've been giving most of the women round here. How is the rash? It's pretty much gone now. Touch wood. Funnily enough, that's how I got it in the first place. She touched my wood, then I touched her. Do I really need to hear this? Well, I can save you the bother and just give you a short list of about 30 women round here you might not want to sleep with right now. Not for the next few weeks anyways. Not until the symptoms have all cleared up. Wow, 30? I'd say that's more of a long list. You still got the swelling? Still got the swelling? Yep. I don't think that's going anytime soon. Well, either way, Tony, I'm not going to need your list, because I have no intention of letting any more women come between me and my dancing. All I care about right now is winning the 1982 World Disco Dancing Championships. I may only be a welder right now, but when I win first prize, I'll be crowned Disco Dancing King, and only then will I feel ready to search for my queen. You're a better man than me. I don't know how you can stay focused on your dancing without rewarding yourself with a little bada bing bada boom. I couldn't even make an omelet without being rewarded sexually for making it. If anything, that's my most successful pickup line. Hey, baby, how'd you like your eggs in the morning? Poached, scrambled, or fertilized? See, that's more of a short list. And an omelet weren't even on that list. Hey, I like to leave some surprises for the lady. Yeah, like the fact she's gonna leave with her eggs all fertilized. Well, you can't make an omelet without fertilizing some eggs. And of course, dishing out a multitude of sexually transmitted diseases, it turns out. Like I said, I'm full of surprises. Yeah, and gonorrhea. A few hours later, the guys are deliberating over a real piece of shit car. I don't get it. You sold your '59 Caddy for a rusty old Volkswagen Beetle. I keep telling you, it ain't just any old Beetle. It's the actual one from the Beatles' Abbey Road album cover, where it's parked right by where they crossed the road. So it wasn't even owned by the Beatles? No, but it's now immortalized on that album cover for eternity. It's a piece of musical history, my friend, and I own it now. Yep, cost me a lot of money, but she was worth every English penny. So let me get this straight. She has no engine. She's rusted throughout because it apparently never stops raining in merry old England, where you shipped her all the way from, even though you could have bought a rust-free example in your own country. And to top it off, your crappy car didn't even write any of the Beatles' songs. Well, it's important to me anyways. What can I say? Music is my life. From disco to Hendrix, the Beatles to Bowie. My heart beats for music, and my feet only move to that beat. That's why I want to be a dancer. It's the only thing I've ever loved that's loved me back unconditionally. But did you really have a choice of becoming a dancer? I mean, with your surname? It's gotta be difficult to not rise to such a fucking challenge like the one laid down before you. Well, that stupid fucking name. Well, I'd be lying if I didn't say the being named Billy Ray Footdance didn't come with certain challenges I could do without. Endless ridicule, for instance, does tend to put off the ladies. But it's one of those sink-or-swim names, like the Johnny Cash song where the puppet names his son Sue, to toughen him up because, well, life is hard. Well, where the fuck does the name Footdance come from anyways? I can thank my great-great-granddaddy for that. Yep, Seamus O'Footdance. From the old country, don't you know? Ireland. Yeah, I got that. Well, legend has it, he danced for potatoes. That's quite a legend. It was in his hometown, a little fishing port named Gillyfanny. Apparently he wasn't so into the fish himself, but potatoes were in short supply, so he danced for potatoes and people brought him from far and wide just to watch him. This left a surplus of potatoes in the little fishing town. They ended up getting chopped up and served with fish. Oh, yes, sir. I'm a direct descendant of the man who gave the world fish and chips. That's quite an accolade. It certainly is, although the name has become more of a curse. But let me tell you, when school bullies punch you until you dance for them, you have two choices. One, get all upset and hate dancing for the rest of your life so they win. Or two, you win by becoming a great dancer and get famous one day off the back of it, while they just do some menial dead-end job collecting trash or working on a building site or welding cars for a living, Mr. High and Mighty. Oh, and by the way, you also collect trash. This car, if you can call it that right now, it's taking up valuable real estate in our petite little garage. Did I say that right? You're aware Volkswagen ain't French? Hey, it's from Europe. They're all the same. I think Hitler might have disagreed with you a little there. And anyways, it's not pronounced petite, it's petit. Yeah, well, I think you're being petit, and your piece of crap needs to be out of here by morning. The space it's taking up is costing us money. Well, it'll be out of here a hell of a lot quicker if you help me hold this plate to the floor pan so I can weld around it. No can do, buddy. I'm out of here. Got a hot date. Just use the clamps I got in that Chevy over there. Or better still, save me the bother of having to put them back on and just stand on it with your foot and weld around that. You know those clever feet of yours that only move to the beat of just one drum? Tell them there's a beetle in your beetle. You got two perfectly good feet there, as you well know. See if you can coax one of them to help you. I'm off to see girl number 31 now. You want me to ask if she's got a friend for you? Now you're single? Meet up with us later? Thanks for the offer, but when I'm done here, I gotta work on a new dance routine this weekend. There's a competition downtown, and it'll be good practice for the championships next year. As you said yourself, I'm single now, so I ain't gonna let nothing else get in my way.
Now, being a true story, there's always gonna be much speculation around how what happened next happened. That didn't sound right, did it? Okay, much speculation around how in the hell something like what happened next happened. Now that didn't sound no better. Look, I'm just gonna cut to the chase here. He welded his fucking foot to the floor of that piece of shit car. Don't ask me how. I mean, my understanding of welding is it only works metal on metal. So how you can weld a fucking foot to a fucking floor is beyond me. Now, alls we know is that Billy Ray fell asleep in that car soon after Tony left. Apparently, he found something interesting in the glove box and smoked it.
Well, hello you. How many years you been hiding in the back of there? Where's my lighter? I've earned a little break. Can't do no harm.
You know what they say about stupid people making stupid life choices? I mean, I don't know of any particular saying as such. I just know a fucking idiot when I see one. He don't even know what happened next. He just woke up in the morning stuck there. Now, some folk will tell you that the ghost of John Lennon told him to do it in a dream. But they're fucking idiots as well.
Hey, Billy, you should try welding your foot to the floor of that car.
See what I mean? That don't make a lick of sense. Why the hell would John Lennon say that? Now, others will tell you a far more likely story, that there was LSD in that pot he smoked. Then, in a drug-induced hallucinogenic state, he simply did what Tony told him to do, and stand on that metal plate whilst welding round it, with possibly not the same accuracy as someone who ain't floating round with Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Now, if you're the squeamish type and don't want to see a stupid man's foot actually melt into the floor of a Volkswagen Beetle, you might want to look away right about now. Yeah. Either way, people, I did say suspension of disbelief. I mean, you were happy to accept those were real dragons in Game of Thrones. Anyway, at this point, Billy Ray is still fast asleep in the car, oblivious to the life-changing events of the night before. Oh, and kids, say no to drugs. This is what happens otherwise. It's the following morning at the garage, and Tony notices the doors are already unlocked. As he enters, he shouts out, "Well, someone's an early bird. I hope your crappy car's finished. We got a lot of work to do." He then sees Billy Ray fast asleep in the Beetle. "Hey, sleeping beauty, you need to move shitty bang bang out of that bay. We got that Volvo coming in later, remember? Another piece of Euro trash." He then kicks the side of the Beetle and rust falls off. "Jeez, maybe buy something from Detroit next time, yeah?" He then taps on the window of the closed door, like a cop who's just pulled him over, and says, "Excuse me, sir, would you mind rolling your window down? I'm gonna need your license, registration, and a good fucking excuse for not buying American." Billy Ray still isn't responding, so Tony opens the door to be greeted by a very recognizable smell. "Whoa ho ho, someone's been on the wacky tobacco." Billy Ray then starts to open his eyes, as Tony adds, "Hey, asshole. We need to roll Ringo Carr the fifth Beetle out into the yard. It'll be safe, don't worry. The thieves round here have got more self-respect. Piece of Swedish crap." "Volkswagen ain't Swedish either, dumbass. God damn, something's hit me like a ton of bricks. Oh, man.
And she's awake. Come on, princess. Nappy time's over. Oh, and you can tell me where you got that pot. I'm seeing Candice again later tonight for round 2. So I'm in the market for some additional stimuli to get us high. Hey, that rhymed. Billy, I'm thinking of getting into songwriting. How about that?
Billy, however, isn't listening. He's somewhat preoccupied by the fact his foot does appear to be stuck to the floor of his car. Not noticing the now violent struggle going on between the Volkswagen Beetle and Billy's foot, Tony adds,
Hey, I've already written the song. There's a car in my bay, and I want it gone away. But Billy's got nothing to say because it's his piece of crap. You see, I want to say crap, but I really need it to rhyme with bay, away, and say.
Hey, Billy calls out for help.
Yeah, well, that rhymes, but it don't really capture the essence of just how much a piece of crap that car is.
Tony, am I still high? 'Cause something ain't right.
Why, you seeing stars? The answer, of course, is yes, because I'm going to be a freaking superstar with this song. Check it out. I love the girls. They rule my world. But I can't do any more than 3 at once. The method just don't work. What can I say? I can't be gay. But if I ever did a guy, I'd be the butch one. I'd never be the bitch. But there's a car in my bay, and I want it gone away. But Billy's got nothing to say because it's his piece of crap. Now with girls you can get laid, but crappy cars can make you gay. But Billy's got nothing to say because his car is so crap. Yeah, Billy Ray, what are you doing to me? Please take your crap away. I really need that pay, 'cause I got bills to pay. My name's Billy Ray. I got things to say, but right now my foot is stuck to a car and my girlfriend says I'm gay. Why should folk care? It just ain't fair. Why can't I be free to just be me and do it while wearing flares? But Billy, there's a car in my face, and I want it gone away. But Billy's got nothing to say because it's his piece of crap. Now with girls you can get laid, but crappy cars can make you gay. But Billy's got nothing to say because his car is so crap and gay. Billy Ray, what are you doing to me? Please take your crap away. I really need that pay, 'cause I got bills to pay. Billy, get out the fucking car.
Yeah, Tony?
We may have a slight problem with that.
End of episode 1. Trust me, you'll want to come back for episode 2. I ain't gonna tell you why. Just trust me.